Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Mayday.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Mayday.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Mayday.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, 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 hey. One thing is certain, it's gonna be crazy, yo.
Conversational radio TV, just different.
Hey, 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 hey.
When you feel it in your bones, and the reason is all you know, even when it feels unknown, it's a long road that leads us home. Even when we are dead and gone, they will talk about what we've done, and their lives will never be the same. 'Cause we walk the long road every day. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. It will lead us home. There is a hope in me, and together we have the key. I'll hold you up and you hold me, and through the darkness we all will see. 'Cause when it's burning in your bones, hey, the reason is all you know. Even when it feels unknown, it's a long road that leads us home. Hey, oh, I can see the future. Yes, we could build the future together, you and me. It's the long road that leads us home. 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 When all your strength is gone, and you feel you can't go on, just know you're not alone. Come on. Through the weather, we'll walk it together. Through the weather, we're stronger together. Through the weather, together. The long road that leads us home. Even when we are dead and gone, they will talk about what we've done, and their lives will never be the same. 'Cause we walk the long road every day.
Mayday.
It's Conrad.
Mayday.
Clap your hands.
It's Conrad. One thing is certain, it's gonna be crazy, yo.
Conversational radio TV, just different.
Hey, hey.
What it do? It's a Friday, baby. And guess what?
What?
Muso. Guess what, dog?
What?
Guess what?
What?
It's not my birthday.
It's not my birthday either.
But someone is turning 3 months today.
Ke milestone.
Give milestone.
We really want to move 3 months.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, Ramashare.
I've never heard about in 3 months. So Ramshare. And this baby is called Conrad TV, ladies and gentlemen. So we quite excited. We just thought that we should share the show with you today. Just chill, talk, just catch up. We might actually even reflect on the past 3 months. You know, because what you realize, especially when you've got like a newborn baby, like diabo ajo, like tshwantse anu walla ngwanona and wana ba walla.
Nya meleke, tsantsa hole, tsantso phelo mo tlhokometse.
One sa se lo,
It's just too much.
Relax, baby, don't cry. Relax, man. Muso.
Yeah, what up?
How has it been, man? How was your week? I think how was your week?
My week was long. It was I'm already tired for next week. I'm already tired for next week. So whoever wanted to place Agizilian next week,
So Ibanyaga round one like it's not available.
Wait. My round the thing.
I mean,
never celebrate this show. No, seriously. Like I literally am.
Follow.
Actually, it's been a minute, dog.
A minute could be like a week.
Nah, dog.
Or it could be like a day.
No.
Or it could be like 30 seconds ago. You know what I mean?
But 30 seconds ago,
a minute. Listen, how long have you guys been celebrating? Actually, dog, like, how are you celebrating during lockdown?
That is the perfect time to be celibate during lockdown because there's nothing happening.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, well, for some of y'all, dog, you know what I mean.
There's a lot happening.
Nah, not for me, dog. Not for me. It's but I prefer it this way.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. Not like that. So yeah, man, and it's chilled. So my week was fine. My week was long. I was watching you. Man. I was watching Tatomo Intersections. You know Intersections is on Netflix now.
Dog, yeah, it's been there for some time now.
I didn't know,
It's been there for some time.
So the other day, I'm chilling with Croc. Croc is like, dog, do you watch Intersections? I'm like, nah. He's like, dog, that thing is deep. Dog, that thing is deep. I'm like, oh, what, Joe?
6
Joe, that
degrees.
thing, you're going to be able to relate to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started watching it, and I was like, wow. Yeah, this stuff is like, hectic.
Yeah.
And then go on show me I got so go on
Dixie Toll.
Dixie Toll maraka hashu man
I'm not sure if you've got friends that are like that.
Hashu. But then yeah, man, great performance.
Thank
dog.
you, my brother.
Oh my god. Like,
Thank you, my brother.
The fact that I know you, it wasn't supposed to be believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was supposed to be you know? But I actually I was captured. I was like, yes, this is that was a great performance, dog.
Thank you.
That was a really, really brilliant performance. And yeah,
And that was in 2010.
That was 10 years ago?
That was 10 years ago, man. That was like my first big break proper into television. That's the show that got a couple of people talking about.
Yeah.
There's this young boy, he's coming in, obviously not knowing that I've got training in theater for years and years.
Yeah.
And I think also for me it was that time when I was just hungry, man. 2010 was the years. World Cup is coming. I'm like, this is my World Cup.
Oh yeah, so
This is my World Cup.
no Jimile.
And I just come back from London from school.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, because I was studying at the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Oh, nice.
In London. So just as I landed, because I auditioned before I left. Because when you guys were joining the World Cup, I was flying out to school.
Oh,
I didn't experience it. I was watching from London. I was just like, which South Africa is this? Because you know that they kept showing just only Dikasi. Now once I fell go, they didn't show anything nice.
In London.
Mebra. But now once I fell about Prince Harry go game reserve and the rest of about deep slow. I'm just like,
so Vele, this thing is intentional almost.
Yeah.
Of painting Africa to be
Ngara no mplaga elahlile
Arena Selo.
bana bona di opera di ntshitsele.
Yeah, dude. I hate that.
Nebare
I hate
bethile ka
that.
tsona. But it was absolute fun, man.
Yeah.
It was absolute fun. And I think also it was just like everything that I want this year, I am getting.
Yeah, but then when okay, so you say audition we betile
Before
before
I left.
was I here?
Yeah.
So li shootile ning?
We shot, I think around September. Yeah, I think around September, October. Because I was there for like a month.
Yeah.
That was Kelara. So did the thing and came back and I was like, ladies and gents, this is Tatu Mulamu.
Taught you long. Oh, Musa Makala, bro.
Makala, baby. Musa Makala. Casey says, English, please, from Jamaica. Hey, man, you know, it's always so great when you've got like
It is
our people
fantastic.
joining in from
What's his
Jamaica.
name? What's his name? I want to apologize.
No, it's a beautiful lady. It's a big Casey.
Casey, I'm very sorry.
Casey.
We shall speak English from henceforth, okay?
From henceforth. Yeah, man. So Intersections, I mean, it did well, 2010. The show, it did very well. It did very well. Like,
Yeah, dude,
I
I
love on television that it got.
you're not village. I remember it was big,
Yeah.
but then I remember that apparently season 2 was shot a bit later.
Yeah, season 2 was short like a couple of years, but it didn't do that well.
But why isn't
Didn't
there
do
this
that well.
consistency, Joe? Because I mean, a show like Intersections. But you know what I think happened with Intersections?
Yeah.
They went through all the actors, all of them. No someone to. There was nobody else.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it was like the whole country was there, man. All of like
Dude.
the best, and that was the thing about it. I'm like, everybody there was like, there is, you know, and they say it in acting, there is nothing such, like, there's no small role.
Yeah.
I exist.
No, and that's the brilliant thing about Intersection. Every single part is significant.
Yeah, it is.
It's significant.
It is.
And ke bone leka, Joe, even like the prison wards, bro. It's like actors that we know.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
yeah.
know, like you guys went all out. Like the production
man.
company went all out
And
there.
it was actually even co-funded with John Hopkins, because I think it was also just about awareness on HIV. And this is kind of like where we talk about edutainment at its best.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't
yeah.
feel like you are just watching a show that's trying to educate you. You were like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
could have been someone I know.
Hey, Chief.
You know, that could have been me.
You
if
know what I
chose the
mean?
wrong girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I could have just probably like hit the club, and like, cause our storyline, you know, like Born, it was very relatable to me.
Yeah.
Not really young boys, not really bad bads.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're bad bads.
We got,
We're like,
we got Marcus here agreeing with us. Are that show is life. Our Intersections was one of the
Yeah.
biggest shows ever to be aired. Are touched on real issues.
Yeah.
That was when TV was good. Why isn't TV good anymore? According to Marcus.
according to Marcus.
Yeah.
Maybe let me ask you as the consumer.
DJ Wex. Eh? DJ Wex. Marcus get DJ Wex Wex. Oh, there's what laboratory.
Yeah, no, but I mean, something changed in the industry. Obviously, social media started to take over.
Yeah.
There was a lot of social media actors.
Yeah.
That were all of a sudden like booming into the market.
Yeah.
There was also like a big discourse, especially in the industry with regards to pays. People
Yeah.
that came with experience was just like, hey man, listen, you need to raise money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then obviously that kind of created opportunities now for the young guys that were just coming in with no
Yeah.
experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
Obviously in the spirit of open up the industry.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's cheaper for productions to pay actually untrained actors. You know, because they would rather compromise, some productions
Yeah.
would rather compromise on the quality of work.
Yeah.
You know, just sort of get that
Yeah.
extra money. So
Yeah.
that's where I think things for me
Went downhill.
started like, you know, going downhill. Because
Yeah.
like you'll put probably like 3 experienced actors.
Yeah. Or
The rest-
and the rest
It's
game.
like the unknowns. And I'm like, well, I'm not hating on the fact that it's unknowns, but I'm like, if someone is not trained and you're expecting that you are going to sell a product that is going to be appealing and competitive versus like the US, come on, dog.
Do you know I was actually so on still on TV. So the other day I was watching Nikolibeliti, the show Somizi, cooking with some dinner at Somizi.
At Somizi's, yeah.
It's a dope show. But then I was just thinking to myself, he's got such a huge following.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he do that himself without going to DSTV?
I think because the channel has created such a great relationship
With
Somizi.
him, nah.
You know,
Yes.
and Somizi's got numbers. By the way,
Yes, he's got
his
hella
wedding
numbers.
His wedding
Yeah.
on Showmax.
Yeah.
Killed it number wise.
Yeah.
Killed
Yeah.
it. You know? And also because of Somizi's personality.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
so obviously also there was a big gap for content also at the time because of lockdown like hit us
You're
hard,
absolutely
you know?
right. You're
So
absolutely
even
right.
now, like a lot of broadcasters now are just trying to find like what was cool, what was happening on social media.
Mm.
You know, they must catch on to Conrad. Come on now. I mean, just throw it in there.
Why are you lashing out? Why are you lashing out?
Because I'm like, come on, man. You know, I believe the Conrad should have a slot.
There, wait.
I believe that on Channel O.
Oh.
Even on SABC, it must have
No,
a
of
slot.
course, but the Renaski Valley, we went. Look, that would be great, but you know, we went. We the reason why I'm telling you guys the secret. The reason why we went this route is because obviously we're aware, Hori, media is moving online.
It is.
Media
It
is moving online,
It is.
and let me tell you what's going to happen. So, for instance, DSTV and Lebanon, they went in bed with Netflix, right? And
I like how you say went in bed.
yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. Babu, not me. When you are, well, so, but then here's the issue. So in South Africa, TV and this is why Moja love Bali Big Bian. I think DSTV is intentionally making local content, right, for the township market,
course.
because they know what the TV market is largely in the township.
It is.
Hanimanu.
It
In
is.
the suburbs, Hanimanu, Joe, but Tomanamala Netflix, see, they watch things on demand.
Bastrimiwa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bastrima, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but then now I'm a bit worried. Does that mean that our government now, is it going to intentionally block internet kokasi? You know? Because as soon as hokana internet edese kokasi, it's the end of TV. It's the end.
I mean, Bona, they're talking about fiber,
Yeah.
right? And putting in fiber in, like, obviously the township market and the rural market.
Yeah.
As to when that's going to happen in, like, full speed is still a question. And I know that, you know, even the minister and the Ministry of Communication, that's something that they're pushing quite hard, you know, is to give access, especially for fiber. Yes, it's going to change how television is consumed.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
why
Yes.
conversational radio TV
It's out here, yeah.
is out here, you know, and I like that you went there. You know, that's why you've got smart friends, guys. Come on. He's like, no, the reason, I'll tell you the secret. Freaky label, freaky labels like what's up, son Bonani. This was my conversation yesterday. This is from Keisha. Oh yeah, and Keisha got one. But anyway, that's not the point of the conversation. Not the point of the conversation. Yes, absolutely. Television is going online. You know, obviously the paid subscription model got affected because people now started to say, man, I'd rather cut off my DSTV.
Yes.
I was one of them. I
Yes.
cut my DSTV and I said, okay, I'll go to the
Obetile Steve off mayor.
you know, so but also at the very, very same time, and it was just obviously trying to weigh out costs and, you know, trying to spread your options, especially from a content consumption point of view. But if fiber is installed and obviously data is accessible and
Yeah.
cheaper in the hood,
Yeah.
that's also going to create a lot of opportunities for content creators in the hood.
Absolute 100%.
You know?
And that's yesterday. I was having a conversation. We were talking about. Oh, listen to this. So Lina is an actress, by the way, right?
Really?
Lina's an actress. Yeah, she was on Tele Terminal, or I forgot the name. Now.
You know Lina?
Yeah, I know Lina, bro. Lina.
Maramuso.
Lina's a boy, dude. So she says that. Okay, Intersections was ahead of its time. It was. Feta Are, caused by followers is hurting this business. She says followership doesn't translate to viewership.
It is.
Then she says also we tend to underestimate the audience. Our SA audience can
undermine.
tell if you're lying on screen.
Absolutely. And it's happened so many times, man. And I'm not sure whether people have gotten comfortable with it because that's also been part of the reasons why our industry is not growing at the rate that it should. Right? People have always wondered, why does some content not perform well?
Yeah.
It's because
Yeah.
of the performers,
Yes.
untrained performers.
Yes.
They don't understand how to carry a story. That's why
Yes.
people are trained, guys. I was
Yes.
like, you can get a PhD in the arts.
Yes.
And people still, I'm like, you can get PhD in the arts. So
Yes.
it's something
No, of
that you
course.
find at a university.
Yes.
But I've always wondered, why do people say it's a hobby? Because obviously, if the people with followers, a lot of times, right, for them it's a hobby. It's just like, I just want to be famous so that,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas if any Muso says, okay, I'm plugging into the digital opportunities, it's a business decision.
Yeah.
You know, you understand what your end goal is. You've studied the market. So content by itself, it's becoming the new oil. I don't think a lot of times, even here in this country, we've looked at trends. We've looked at what has Nigeria done to get it right, what has India done to get it right, what has
Yes.
the US done to get it right, but also how then do we then build our own model. the capitalistic, obviously, side of our economy.
Yeah.
Right? Where you got a multi-choice who own your content in perpetuity. Whatever idea that you sell to them, they take it.
It's a wrap.
Right? And that's a business. They're running a business.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, that is why after lockdown, when now there was no content available on television, they got highly impacted because now they had to do repeats.
Yes.
Part of the problem that says that it means that we need to empower government now and enable the system to grow so that there's more filmmakers who can own their IP
Yes.
so they can go and license to a multi-choice.
Yes.
But the licensing part is a bit of a difficult conversation to have.
So tell me. So I would imagine like going back to Somizi, for instance, him and his following, and Somizi, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Does that mean like can you level the credit? If ever it says Mnet, can try Mnet or not?
It is.
Damn.
Majority of the shows that you watch there, probably if not 95%, I stand to be corrected, are owned by Mnet.
So they have a deal with a production company to produce the content. To produce.
Your idea, they pay for you to manage your idea.
Oh my.
And then after that, if then maybe let's say you mismanage the funds and then maybe you just don't produce. They own the IP. They can then come to Tato and say, Tato, listen, we are thinking that maybe you should carry on. Let's say the Queen, for example.
Yes.
The same even with SABC, by the way. So Generations will move on, where they're all owned by the broadcasters. And then it goes out on a tender. So it's like a tender.
Oh,
Yeah.
So then tell me this, ne? So Gaboni, for instance, one of the sponsors is Samsung and Uber or whatever.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is this: is that when, let's say, DSTV has paid for your idea,
Yeah.
right, and for you to manage it, and they sponsors, right? The sponsors, the income edi sponsor, okay.
It goes to the broadcaster, depending if you as the so the advertiser funded show. So like for example, if me and you go to Samsung now and say, hey Samsung, we would like for you guys to partner with us.
Yeah.
Right. And let's say now MSMM is like the broadcaster.
Yeah.
Right. We now go to MSMM and say, MSMM production, listen, we've got Samsung, we've got Uber. We want to do this production. Can you guys give us a slot?
Yeah.
Then they will bring their sales team, and then there will be a negotiation to say that because we are sponsoring them on our platform, we will give them this much airtime and this how much it's going to cost. And the remainder of the money then will go to production.
And then when it gets aired again, let's say a year from now,
Yeah.
the sponsors, do they pay again, or that is the broadcaster's choice to keep on?
That is the broadcaster's choice to repeat it. Or they could go and have another conversation with Samsung to say, hey, listen, guys, do you want us to rehash? If we rehash, are you guys willing maybe to put in some budget so that we do that? Or if maybe just the broadcaster can say at their own discretion, we'll just play it because of its great content, it performed well. If these guys get free advertising out of it, perfect. But as multi-choice, they've got like relationships across the board.
Yes.
But all broadcasters actually make money through sales and advertising. So
Yeah.
even for us as Conrad, if ever now Samsung wants to plug in, they will now obviously say, okay, that's where we're gonna make our revenue.
Yeah.
That's where we make our revenue. But it's an interesting time, and I guess for broadcasting as a whole, even for radio.
Yeah.
Radio is changing. It's going digital.
Yeah.
The traditional radio stations now are also fighting for numbers because of Sfigile Tina Conrad.
No, that's so. Yes, as I was saying yesterday, I was having a conversation, and back to the online content thing. One thing I've realized is that online and the internet has given, and social media, yes, like I'm putting aside the musicians for now. It's actually given a lot of comedians a platform. It has. I feel like it has boomed comedians like extremely. Like Hanemanung Joe, you don't go to Joe. You just go to Facebook. Comedy, bruh. The best comedy. Like it's. I love how it has actually given a great platform for comedians, all types of comedians, which begs the question. That means that all along, Kalahona comedian, the industry was closed to them.
The greatest thing that ever happened to our industry was social media. It changed the game for many people that never could get the in.
Yeah.
There's always going to be gatekeepers, guys.
Joe,
In any industry, there's always going to be gatekeepers. And those gatekeepers, I guess also, they just didn't see this thing coming. right? Because even now, if TV, I mean, you can imagine how many people used to pitch at channels and never got shows. And now all of a sudden they just did their shows on social media, they hit the numbers, and now broadcasters are saying, hey, listen, man, Muso.
Hey, yeah, man.
Hey,
It's
man.
all about- we
It's all
said we were
about
going to
that
call
thing.
you back,
This is like 10
man.
years later.
Yeah, we said we were going to call you back. Yo.
You know, and that's the thing. I keep wondering that, you know, how many people have had to experience a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You know, but there's been boom in comedy. Musicians, absolutely, which for me has also been like one of the greatest things. Because I mean, content probably boomed like 40%. Netflix, for their first quarter, they hit 18 million new subscribers.
This year.
First quarter.
Damn.
They're like historic. You know, because of that's just like the content went boom.
And the thing
overnight.
about Netflix is they're just selling content.
Yes.
Get the subscription and that's all. Whatever, let's say you're like a Netflix, you already the advert there. You know what I mean? It's
And I'm wondering if they ever gonna go there.
they might, I don't know. It depends. Look, I don't know what the market capitalization of Netflix is.
Yeah.
And I do not know how the balance sheet is looking.
It's
but
looking very healthy.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how
Very
the balance sheet is looking, but one thing I do know is that there was vigorous investment in content.
They put $80 billion in Africa. That's how healthy
in
they
African
are.
content.
Yeah.
So there's still going to be a whole lot of content. coming.
Homie, like for Africa, they said that we realize that Africa is a big market. We want to play in the African market.
80 billion.
Obviously, giving competition to your multi-choice, you know, who've been running this game for some time from an African perspective. But now, these guys, that's why when you're talking about them creating a relationship, it's a strategic relationship. You know, you don't want them to be your enemy. You want them to be your partner.
Yeah.
Let's collaborate.
Give you my fee.
You know, but it's really just been such a great experience seeing this model come up. My challenge, Muso, is the ownership of the stories. The IP, man. The IP is such a challenge. And I'm really hoping that MSMM is going to represent us and take this to Parliament and change policy, okay?
No, but then here's the thing. So guys, Tato has a school called Lima. Tato School, basically what it does, the vision is for township to basically bring up township content creators.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, so I think you've already started that thing that you already want
Yeah.
to happen at a policy level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it first has to happen on the ground, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we talking about a internet.
Yeah.
You've got internet, they
Yeah.
can broadcast. Like it's the
Digital
audience is
content,
there.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. And that one, I think, the idea, obviously, even with the Leaders in Motion Academy, when we initiated it in 2018, July the 4th, I just had to say that because we celebrated 2 years this month.
Yeah,
Right, of this school in existence.
2 years.
Obviously, he did the JV agreements and all the other legalities. This fantastic attorney here. You know, and the whole idea, obviously, you know, when we initially started the school, we started with 35 students, and it was a self-funded initiative. Obviously, went and asked for some investors to plug in some cash, which they did. These students were saying there's a market, and it's a digital market, and it's looking for digital content, right? The stories are in the township. So how about we upskill, you know, the creators in the township, give them the very same education that you would get at a private institution.
Yes.
Right, give them access to opportunities. They used to go to field trips, film festivals. They competed and even won 2 international recognized awards for the 48-hour film. That's how great these students were. And they did a sci-fi with a budget of 10,000 Rand. By the way, guys,
I've
go
seen
catch
it.
it. Go catch it, searching with a budget of 10,000 Rand on our LIM Academy page. These students, man, have been doing crazy things. And then we partner with the Department of Communications and Telecommunications and MICT CETA last year to train 92 young graduates. And this year we'll be graduating them hopefully by the end of September. What that means, if we expand these schools to localize them in every single province, you can imagine that these kids can own their stories and their IP. And they can also get a share of that 80 billion Rand investments
Yes. Why want
from Netflix.
Some put it, yeah, Mr. You know, I want people to own their content. So let's say, let's say, one of your students, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm also giving you some legal advice here and you know
Yeah.
business advice as your mate. let's say they get recognized. Okay, so when they create the content,
Yeah.
and it's on the Lima page, who owns that content?
So what we've done, we've created a different model where 60% we've given to the students.
Oh,
Because that's also part of transformation and, making sure that they can also go out and sell their own content.
that's
And then
dope,
as a school,
man.
we only just take 40% of that profit. Because if ever we are going to change the economy, if ever we are going to change the livelihoods of young township creatives, man, we need to do better.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
gotta.
we need to
You
do
gotta.
better. I know someone was like, it's a crazy idea, but I'm like, this is the only way I believe, in my own instance, is that from an ownership perspective, let them own. Because a lot of institutions, whatever you create in their presence, or
Yeah,
their
it's
facility,
abo,
it's theirs,
nah, it's theirs.
But then in the system, being also a black-owned school, is that we gotta do better, man, for our people.
We have to.
Yeah, we gotta do better for our people. And let's see what we got here. Keisha says, interesting. Leb says, I don't know why I'm 3 months late. Great content. Lebs, thank you. That means we got a first participant, Lebs, joining in. Welcome. And then Stair says, hello. So absolutely, man. Change is a hard thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted even earlier for us to play a YouTube conversation by TD Jakes, and he talks about just courage, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, to be rich, you gotta be courageous.
Yeah.
You gotta be wise also.
Yeah.
A lot of people have fear to do the things that are in here.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
that is one of the stumbling blocks of why we can't grow, for me, even as an economy, even within our space, even media.
Dude, courage is everything. Jonah, if ever I told you all of the ventures that I've tried and failed,
By the way,
you're
guys,
gonna laugh.
This
You're
man
gonna
in
laugh.
business. Muso, you've done a lot of business.
No, I have.
And
I
you've invested in a lot of businesses.
Yeah,
But I just want to say this, my homie. That ability for you to do that and believing in other people's visions and investing in it's a great quality that I love.
thanks, brother.
I just wanted to do like a young.
Woo! Don't your shoulder.
So he does invest in businesses, guys. If you got a solid idea, send it to this man. And if he likes it, he might just
it's that courage, bruh. Like sometimes you look at the decisions you've made.
Yeah.
So I
Would
feel
you change
like
any of them right now?
no ways.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
So I feel like you need to go through a certain number of fails as a person. I feel like you have to
I agree.
time to fail
agree.
a certain amount of time. And I remember my uncle was also telling me this. I was like, I share the same vision. You know what I mean? Like you have to go through a certain number of fails. Because here's the thing, nah? I remember at the very beginning, when I was trying things out, investment, whatever, nah? I'd have all my hope in that thing. All of it.
I know.
All of it. Like I'd just be obsessed with it. And then it created expectations.
It did,
and
yeah.
then I'd get so disappointed when it doesn't work out.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
The way I imagined it.
Yes,
Remember, just
yes,
because it's not working
yes,
out the way I imagined it doesn't mean it's
didn't
not
work.
working out.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't work out the way I imagined it. Then I'll be like, I failed, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know what I mean? It happens that
But it messes with you
it
psychologically.
really messes with you. But then, as you go through many of those disappointments,
You get stronger,
You
man.
get to a point whereas you are sober now. You are sober. You
Yeah.
see things as they are.
Yeah.
And when something looks like it's failing, we pick it up. You put it on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, fast. Like, wait.
Yes.
Come back.
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have that whole thing, Ish, oh my God, it's done. No,
Yeah.
it's experience.
And I've always asked, where does this thing come from? I always used to say it comes from school. Like, we're never taught to embrace failure. Even Donald Trump spoke about it. Is that in the American economy, right, we must embrace failure.
Yeah.
Because in business, you have to embrace failure because that's where the growth happens.
Yeah.
Right? And for me, I was like, whoo, man, I remember how many businesses I've also tried and business ideas I've also tried. And at the very same time with the hope that it'll work out. But if you ask me would I change any of it, no.
No.
Because for me, that's my experience now. So I'm now able to see things much more clearer. I can see, matata to tlhaha.
No.
Okay, oh no.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now I'm more clearer because
Yeah.
of it's not only I'm not just driven now just by passion. Because
Yeah.
that's the other thing. We're just driven by passion.
Yeah.
Because of its passion, you don't see anything.
You don't
else, man.
see anything.
You're
It-
just
it-
like that horse.
It
with
becomes
your
an
flaps,
emotional
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it does.
It becomes an emotional
It's
thing.
like that relationship that you thought was gonna work.
That's why relationships are doomed to fail because they're emotional.
Let me check what everyone is saying. Man, Keisha says I agree. Keisha says, well, that's what you get when you when you go on lockdown. And then okay, but hey, Hajo. But hey, I can say what it's a relationship or it's
I don't know. I wonder.
And a little bit later we're gonna have a voice note from Voice It in Action, who has the Mask SA initiative. I think it's also just about raising awareness on how to use your masks. Maybe wash it if
Oh, Vela, like it's like to awareness for masks.
Awareness for the mask. Opportunity.
Oh my dog!
We wouldn't even think this is a business opportunity. We just like,
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, I know people are moving in. Dog, people are moving.
We're not busy, but we just hosting the conversations. I mean, that's what we're doing. So I'm really just hoping to see some change happen, especially from a township economy point of view, from a skill set point of view, and even just reflecting on like the past 3 months, some of the guests that we've had. Tumelo Chaka speaks very, very, very highly about the importance of us understanding our own value.
Yeah.
Right, especially as township entrepreneurs, especially as township citizens, because on an everyday basis, we see money, but we just don't know that it's money.
Yeah.
We don't even understand our assets.
Yeah.
I'm like, your little garden where you are, that's an asset. Tsada waka had room because room
and a lot of people are looking for rooms and accommodation.
Because people are moving now from the burbs.
Dude, I was just thinking to
Back
myself,
to the hood.
and this is an idea I'm willing to give away.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do it anyway.
Naganya.
To have whereas you have a wabana, like, so I mean the cost of building is not that much, right? If you could have wabana the apartment or the little, like, the townhouse, you have that. I'm telling you, like, people are gonna come and live there.
I've got land, dog.
Dude,
Let's do this.
There we go. Bars. No, for real, dude, because there's a lot of people, Babainchi, they don't want to leave the township, I don't know. You know what? Every single time you talk about Mamelodi, I'm like, people don't, I get it. When you say I love my hood, I get it. Dog,
if you ask me about Mufftown, dog, I love Mufftown. It's like there's just a culture about the hood that you can't get anywhere in the world. That's why even if you take me overseas, I was like, hey man, I wish I can go back home.
No, plus they were showing the pictures.
I was like, if I had a private jet, I would have flown.
Yeah. BBC mustn't do that.
Yeah, man.
This whole intentional thing of painting Africa to be
like the poor country. I'm gonna send you some other documentary, also Empire. This man who's traveling around Africa. Because of all of a sudden he's like just he's creating awareness to say it's interesting that all of a sudden your Time magazines, The Economist are talking about how Africa is the right place now to invest. But are Africans the beneficiaries of those investments?
Of course not.
You've got countries like France who own like probably 32 of African countries.
No, of course not.
Taking minerals. But before we do anything and carry on with this conversation, let's have Mask SA, Voice It in Action, educating people on the severity of Corona. And then obviously says when you are ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Are you ready? Okay, let's go.
We can definitely make a difference. #MaskSA. Good day. My name is Kotatso Moloto, and I am the founder and president of Voice It in Action, a non-profit company and public benefit organization that is aimed at creating innovative solutions to curb the heightened violent culture witnessed in our communities. See #Justice for Tenyuko and other programs on our social media platforms at Voice It in Action or on our websites. The COVID-19 global pandemic has shown us now more than ever that we need to work together because we are definitely stronger together. As an organization, we request and call on South Africa to partner, participate, and assist to ensure that we can protect and educate South Africa whilst creating employment opportunities. Over 7,000 employment opportunities can be created for young people while supporting local entrepreneurs and businesses. We can definitely protect and educate South Africa together. Hashtag Mask SA. Hashtag My COVID-19 Story. Hashtag Voice It in Action.
Utlile monate wa teng. You know, I appreciate that at least there's an opportunity where you are saying that we are going to educate, but at the same time create jobs. You know, for me, I'm more interested in those kind of conversations. I don't want to hear just like we just taking. I'm about shared value.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, while you are, and I love that other idea that I'm hoping that one kicks off, the one that you told me about, the one that you want to do back at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a solid idea because literally you are going to be creating so much employment. At the same time, there's health benefits.
Yeah.
You know, to the idea. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, no, we're doing that, dog.
So excited about that thing, man. And once it pops off, you guys must be ready. You must be ready. You know, so I mean, earlier, obviously, you know, we spoke about content, we spoke about the township economy, and it seems like there is an interest to change things. I'm just wondering, as TDJ should say, in this reality-driven world, if there's anyone out there who's courageous enough to go the whole way. People are starting businesses, people have ideas, but are they courageous enough to go the whole way, even when times are tough?
I think sometimes it's so starting something, I think, is courageous enough.
Yeah.
And we're not all built the same. We're not all built the same. Some people can like withstand like inactivity in the business for like a month, 2 months, years. You know what I mean? Some people can withstand that. Nah, due to various reasons, you find that they've got access to capital, you know, they can survive, etc., etc. But I think the most important thing that we need to do is to collaborate.
Absolutely.
It's collaboration,
Absolutely.
Joe. And once we collaborate, things become easier.
Yeah.
There's this narrative amongst black society. I did it by myself. I did it by myself. No, dog. You shouldn't.
Calm down.
Remember when Mbuso even said that? No, you didn't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? But there's this thing out. Yeah, I did it by myself. I want to do it by myself. No, don't. Why do you want to do it by yourself? So that you can tell us that you did it by yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean. You just want to go around. It's pride. And it does not work that way.
But I think
it doesn't work.
I should say that it's systemic.
It's
like we only have one nigga on the table, so it's always about the first one.
Yeah, it's
So and I think it's definitely an opportunity. Collaboration and having strategic partners. I think we should also one day take an initiative, even as Conrad TV, where we take all of our guests and speakers, right, and do a mentorship program.
Yeah.
Just as Conrad TV, just to teach people on what does collaboration look
Yeah.
like, what does it mean. You know, look at the skills that you don't have and how do you collaborate with them and how do you also create value for the next person.
yeah.
Because kita ba ya value. Oh gosh, crush ya gatle. Awe nana.
No.
And then Crocodilic says absolutely no. People are not about greater good anymore, man. Us blacks are too selfish.
Who's that crocodilic?
Yes, Crocodilic.
What up, Croc?
Crocodilic. A crocodilic. A crocodilic. Baby, a crocodilic. So I mean, I hope, and because of, Mask Voice It in Action, it's a great, I hope, and I pray that it succeeds. And where you need more partners, man, ask for collaboration. Let's not be like Yensegile one, Conrad TV is not happening because of it's a collaboration, and also I think because of a lot of us, we also are so caught up in our own selfish needs that we also don't practice the the art of communication, right? To say, hey man, listen, but I want us to collaborate.
Yeah.
You know, maybe let me put this value proposition to you. So I think this is an opportunity when I'm as the venture capitalist to teach many. We need to have just a Muso show talking about helping small businesses. Just different.
Just different. Hashtag just different. No, dude, like collaboration is important. I did it by myself. Like it's
a sickness.
It's tiring. It doesn't work. It's untrue. Nobody did it by themselves. So, yeah, and so back to your question about why do people give up, you know, and Kulu here says people also procrastinate.
Yeah.
Instead of putting things into action, which is also like a real thing. But I think Joe, it takes a certain a certain level of fortitude, Joe, to actually be and stand withstand it, Joe, and do something
and take the pressure and take the hits.
Yeah. But then when you're collaborating, you know, you
take off a bit of the weight, man.
Yeah.
So you don't carry the weight by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come, let's say, for instance, you started a business. And your business is giving services to people, buildings or whatever. You've got potential clients. You don't have someone to draft you an agreement.
Yeah.
Hey, Muso, sure, Joe. Yeah, man, I need some contracts drafted, but I can't pay you yet because of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we can work around it.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I pay you later? No, you can't pay me later.
Yeah.
Give me equity. Let me see your business. You know what I mean? Let me see your business
Tabashi.
first. Does it make sense? Okay, I look at your business. Oh, okay, it makes sense. Oh, I actually know Tato. Tato's got a building. Maybe you can also give Tato these services. Tato knows other people as well.
Yep.
Okay, sharp. Give me 20%.
The web, man. It's creating that web of opportunities.
You know what I mean?
And I'm hoping that, you know, even our listeners, you know, are about taking action.
Yeah.
Taking action, being courageous in taking that action, and being unapologetic about taking that action.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us are very apologetic. We want people to give us like a thumbs up first.
Yeah.
Man, listen here.
Yeah.
You are not going to get to your destiny because you are worried about what does Muso or Tato think.
Yeah.
Our thoughts are our thoughts, but we don't change the price of bread for you.
Yeah.
We don't change your economic status. It's just our opinions.
Yes.
Do what you gotta do to get ahead, homie.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do to get ahead, but practice. Being fearless it's a practice. You know, being courageous it's a skill. Practice it every single day. Go knock on that door. Let somebody say no, man. If you don't remember that moment when you were like that girl, and then Rones Machens were like, Muso, you gotta go in like I have a fit.
I'm actually guilty of the validation thing. So in my professional work, in my professional work and all my other ventures, I am 100% sure. I'm 100% confident of myself. I get doubt to see.
Yeah, I mean,
but then in my art, get
out of here.
I swear on my life, in my
with the
art,
bars that you spit,
dude, in my art, like it's like, ish, I am not sure. You know what I mean? Well, let me say, I used to be like.
was it not
guilty.
maybe being calculative rather than being? Fearful?
That's the problem. You can't be calculating in art. When you really, you know what I mean? Why are you to learn? Like you keep telling me, Amana, can't they? You always say, and I'm always giving you an excuse. Haven't you noticed?
Oh man, like, oh yes.
You know, haven't you noticed that?
No, but I've noticed it. But I was like, I'm hoping that you know, but because I believe that you will. The moment that we unleash the beast,
it's coming.
So. I'm not sure why or where that comes from, right? For a lot of us, you know, whether it's preconceived ideas that we were taught, or whether it's like things that we used to see, but obviously also bullying also at school. Sometimes it's like, you know, getting on stage, and I understand why at school they used to push us to like do public speaking. Go on stage, face your fears, be booed. Let people like, you know, because I remember my first stage experience. doing a theater piece was the most scariest moment.
Yeah,
man.
tell me about that.
Man, 1996, the Northwest Arts Council opened up this kiddies program, you know, for us as young kids to come in every single Saturday to come and train. That's how I met Presley Chwenachai.
So you guys are big
we
knowing
been
each
at
other,
this
dude.
thing, you know. And the first play we did was called Jack in the Box. And my character was Duffy, you know. So Duffy was the cop, you know, in this like, if you think that...
You have a video of that?
No.
I'm sure you think cassette there. That's what my figure.
No.
So he's got it. I'ma find it.
You know, and I remember, you know, it was the first show, audience came in, our parents are there, and it's my first acting experience, and woo! When I got on stage, my words, I was like, what am I, they're like, relax. Like, okay. And then, you know, but over time with practice,
Yeah.
then you start to master and own
Yeah.
your own space.
Yeah.
And that is practice. You own your own space, so
Yeah.
it makes it much easier because you can do it in arbitration.
No.
It's the same thing. Just
No.
take that very same process and think of, okay, these, but Motobai 2 are doing across the board. It's 20 million of them.
Yeah.
And I'm a leader, I'm a boss.
Yeah.
And they're here to listen to me.
Yeah. So it's I get you 100%. I get you
What's the
100%.
fear, man?
It's so there was a fear, but one thing I've realized is that
Because we played your music video last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
People loved it, by the way.
So the thing with me is that I'm busy comparing myself to, first of all, people who do this every single day of their lives, right? Who
Yeah.
do music every single day of their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm in the office, they doing that. When I'm in the dirt, they rapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comparing myself to those people, but then I forget that I'm also comparing the nature of art. I forget that now I'm doing art that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're doing art for the numbers because they need to eat. They need to buy bread. You know what I mean?
That's the money.
And
Yeah.
after I made that distinction, I was like, no, man.
Yeah.
Damn, like, why am I doing this to myself? Because
Yeah.
I've got my market.
Yeah.
I've got the people who absolutely love me. Like, there's people either hate my stuff or really love it. Like, there's no in between.
But I think we also, just as human beings, need to be okay with the fact that not everybody is going to love our
yeah.
ish.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody's going to love what you do. Not everybody's going to love your product. And it's okay, man. It's okay. You know, I used to care, but then I was like, and I think we spoke about it even last week. The moment that you start caring to a point that it cripples your growth,
Yeah, no, you're gonna have a
then
problem.
it's a problem. Go in, own your space, work hard. You got the skill.
Yeah.
Polish it, and you
Yeah.
only polish it through different experiences with different audiences that can give you different feedback that you can now mold
Yeah.
to grow your skill.
Yeah.
You know, the time is 4:54 on the 31st of July 2020, in case you missed it and you just joined us. And the beginning of the show, we had John Senolo with this music video, Long Road. And now we're going to have a music video that I directed. I was quite happy about.
Yeah.
Rubber Stamp,
Rubber Stamp.
featuring Anne Ntefang and Notsi, the Motswako boys. Man, we shot this in Mufftown. We did this in one day. We had challenges on this thing because our camera, even on the day,
Tell them.
shut down.
Tell
And we
them.
shot this music video using an S10.
Listen to
baby.
that.
An S10, which was also our DOP's phone. And we're like, yo, man, we can't drive back to Joburg. We gotta shoot this thing.
Mara Samsung Tanzelo Patel.
No, Samsung is on the
Tanzelo Patel, Joe.
Samsung. Yo.
Bring the man.
Hey, yo, Samsung. Where you at, dog? Come on. So, Rubber Stamp, baby. Enjoy this music video. If you want to catch it, it's on our Facebook live stream. So, make sure that you tune in there. And thank you very much for tuning in, because the next show is still coming up. We're going to be discussing Women's Month. What's going to be happening for Women's Month. But you read, in the words of Snoop Dogg, man, I would like to thank me. What a do. Crocodilic is probably proving that you are not dependent on anybody. That's right, baby. Muso has no right to be not to be confident. I agree, Croc. The problem is that people are too lazy to listen and interrupt the boss, baby. And then Lee Nike says, woo, it's love, baby. It's love. So, guys, Check out our music video, directed, produced by Gateway Media, Rubber Stamp Unidentified featuring Notsi Motswako Baby. Whoop! We out.
Ya la nkitsi na bampitsa bareke malume masifi papa nkitsi bampitsa Cobrizi wali easy mfana maftown utole tshwara ka Motswako wa bona ka ena ke Rubber Stamper a 95 ane ke go Rubber Stamper.
Thank you, little toady. I like what I hear in band. Go tell him I send the gahoot. And someone not the arch. Now sing a die. Hey, that aromat. I like that toady, man. If you guys challenge me, but I know why don't I do another song? So I decided to take Mokhoti on this one. Hey, cheers. You my show, mon tribute, get to Shaka, mon show. Hashtag push up, push when I push out, I score. Back at heads now, Kina Makadi, double the troubles. Bankakats, I know the last getting your boros. Okron, go right, go right, go wrong. Or Batate, and then the fun when I'm a lume kono. I play Nash, Mr. Sugar and Spice, same blind, them right, yeah, Matere Santa to revive. Woodpecker, talent scout, sabotage. Side beard, Black Elvis, wabo pressure used to freestyle lima khuzo kuha Gaza. Ka go dropa rebo motima lenyora ka o jwetsa somebody better bell tyro. Ni we are top of the bop pop. Bapala like Bob Sol, Fandaga manyora ba graduator. Kya ba saina ka baka tempa. Kulichana elemente raba stempa. Kare crew tasman raba stempa. Mafitile easy lab raba stempa. Tony Nosy raba stempa. Cages in Voyogia raba stempa. Momulime green fingers raba stempa. KTGC Chira raba monka. Master Pref sticky minwana. As I BTHU into the YB ain't that. Keko haro nanta te mabana. We are trendsetters. With 10 heads and faces, it's a Graceland. I told you we are a national star shop. Suasa El Nino anytime in the mix. Kemonosi Gidirile. If you look at the 60s, pull out Trigger Hulaska, Rotuba Galitoba. Go down to Ikaheng, Leba Butekai, King Konka, Simafike, Ugula Daide. Motlhabeng localeng disane le tla mo rengetsho seng ko tankeng we are a mega city pit stop Matapan before re ba kena ko monare for the scheme sa manyane bakang farm ka monate pizza matrampane it's a plan call it the credibility lata rascals the road manyora habasa chuna le Motswako nomo doms ko balala ba roba la ka motiro bona jaka no le dintsi di fuka mo dijo chess Motswako pelegele ngwana ke leme na ga itsilwe hupilwe ke boradi teme fandaga ke bis bratsaka tsatsaka grotman tsaka ke abatempa ka baka saina election Quincy K raba stempa ke yambo ke mogomotsi raba stempa Kespa Rex Rabanye raba stempa Tsananga Fifi Kura raba stempa DJ QB Sting raba stempa KB Mutilenyana Stone a special raba stamp goes out to Double HP and all the Mokhoti RIP yeah flagship Motswako as a dom crack keep up the power 60s Raubona Maftown Miss Pitori on your 10 years bigger Motswako Fest Maftown Heights Tlebebe Chillers your Maftown house party Fresh Prince Raubona you go big or go home as a dom crack died before ki tswala ki re tsiololo tsi aore ki belele no tsi he treats beats like chicks haga ifila wa ipala
hey but monna ha we was kama that's why re vakale keke ha go le thata ha ka ve bokoni o swaka ku re go moria go tshwantla ya dikakapa ke tshodi kakapa fela ya no ke bua ka botlale ba strata well ya no bana baraba swaka we lay him down like diaparo komeyalo it's a same get cause I'm nice zone 1 2 3 get up nice get the chisa kampama I'm tired this is not a jungle for the slap tight unit 15 get cause I'm nice unit 14 get cause I'm nice get the chisa kampama I'm tired this is not a jungle for the slap tight
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay. Hey, 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 hey. One thing is certain, it's gonna be crazy, yo.
Conversational Radio TV, just different.
Hey, hey.